A 1964 D Jefferson nickel may look ordinary, but this single year and mint mark produced some of the most widely collected nickels in U.S. history, and a few rare varieties that can turn a common-looking coin into a surprisingly valuable treasure. And yes, these nickels still show up in pocket change all the time. Support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more videos like this. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel comes from an important moment in American coinage history. The year 1964 was the last time the original design with full silver-like luster was struck before the U.S. Mint changed dates for 2 years and stopped producing coins with 90% silver in the dime and quarter series. While nickels never contained silver except in World War II, the rush for coins during the 1960s caused the Denver Mint to produce record numbers, and the 1964 D nickel became one of the most heavily minted coins of its time. More than 1.7 billion 1964 D nickels were made, an enormous number. Because of that, you might assume that this coin has little to offer collectors. But the truth is the opposite. A massive mintage also means a massive number of die pairs were used, and that opens the door to minting mistakes, die varieties, repunched mint marks, and dramatic error coins. Before we go into the special varieties, let's start with the basics. The coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schlag, with "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date. The reverse shows Jefferson's home, Monticello. Collectors pay close attention to how sharply Monticello is struck, because the Denver Mint in this era was known for weak strikes. This is especially important for collectors who focus on the full steps designation, one of the keys to high-value Jefferson nickels. On the steps of Monticello, there are 6 horizontal steps. A full steps coin, labeled FS, means that 5 or 6 steps are completely visible with no major interruptions. These are incredibly rare for the 1964 D nickel because of worn dies and poor striking pressure. Most coins come weakly struck, with steps blending together. So, while a common 1964 D nickel in circulated condition is worth just face value, a mint state coin with full steps can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The highest graded full steps examples have sold for over $10,000 at auction, showing just how dramatic the difference can be between a standard strike and a premium strike. When examining the coin, collectors also look for surface quality, luster, and absence of scratches. Because these nickels were produced in such huge numbers, the mint used dies until they were worn down, causing many coins to show flow lines, rough texture, or muted luster. Sharp, clean, and well-struck examples are much more desirable. But one of the most exciting areas of the 1964 D nickel is the repunched mint mark, or RPM varieties. Before 1989, mint marks were applied by hand, meaning the D punch could be misaligned or struck more than once. This produced doubled or tripled mint marks. Some of these show a secondary D to the north, south, east, or west of the main punch. These varieties can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to over $50 or more, especially in high grade. Collectors also watch for die cracks, die chips, and cuds, raised metal from breaks in the die. These appear along Jefferson's jawline, around his eye, on the coin's rim, or on the roof and dome of Monticello. Small chips might not add much value, but dramatic breaks can create visually striking coins that collectors love. Another interesting error to look for is the off-center strike. If the design is shifted even 5% to the side, the coin becomes collectible. Larger off-center errors, 40% or more, with the date visible, can be worth $100 to $300 depending on condition. There are also broad strike errors, where the collar did not hold the coin, causing it to flatten and spread outward. These errors look unusual and can bring premium value. And then there are clipped planches, where a curved section is missing from the coin's edge. These are minor errors but still desirable. One of the more dramatic errors to watch for is the double-struck coin, where the nickel received 2 impressions at the mint. Some of these show slight doubling, while others show the second strike clearly rotated or off-center. These can bring $150 to $500 depending on how dramatic the doubling is. Perhaps the most important aspect of the 1964 D nickel is understanding why it is so common but still so collectible. In the mid-1960s, the United States faced a severe coin shortage. People were hoarding silver coins, businesses were demanding more change, and the mint increased nickel production drastically. The 1964 coins were struck not only in 1964 but also into 1965 and 1966 because the mint froze the date to discourage hoarding. That means the 1964 D nickel appears everywhere, but quality control dropped, and the rushed production allowed many flawed coins to slip through. This makes the 1964 D nickel the perfect combination of common availability and rare varieties, which is why collectors enjoy searching through rolls and jars for valuable finds. Now let's look at value. A typical circulated 1964 D is worth 5 cents. An uncirculated example might be worth 20 cents to a couple of dollars depending on the grade. A sharp MS-65 coin with great luster can bring $15 to $40. But a full steps coin changes everything. Even MS-64 full steps can bring hundreds. MS-65 or MS-66 full steps can reach into the thousands. And the rare MS-67 full steps examples are among the most valuable nickels of the entire Jefferson series. If you're checking your own coin, start at the reverse. Look at Monticello. Are the steps clear or blended together? If you see full separation between them, protect that coin immediately. Also examine the mint mark under magnification. Do you see doubling, shadows, or notches? That could be an RPM. Then check the surfaces for any odd shapes or extra metal. These might be chips or cracks. The 1964 D Jefferson nickel may be one of the most common coins in U.S. numismatics, but it's also one of the richest in terms of varieties, errors, and high-grade rarity. And the best part? Anyone can find one. You don't need a special collection. Many people already have these coins in jars or drawers, waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1964 D nickel and want more videos on hidden treasures, rare errors, and valuable coins you may already own, make sure you subscribe, like, and share so we can bring you more videos like this.